Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we've got a bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Not a whole lot going on in terms of main, full-scale events in terms of having their own, little icon. There's actually really nothing new in terms of that. We've got the active wheel. Of course, make sure that you always clear this out and make sure you do your daily draws on that just by sweeping. Battle Pass, everything's you can secret shop. Nothing there. Devil Whales is of course up because it is in fact Thursday. That's on every Thursday. So no, I'm sorry, Friday. So make sure that you participate in that, at least at the one so that you can do the task for it. Now in terms of events, we do have one important event going on, and that is a Soul Bone event. And it's not really Soul Bones. It's actually just some of the actual materials that we really do need. There's no new Soul Bone introduced. It's a very it's one of the generic versions of event. But one of the things that's interesting is they finally came out and they're starting to give us the divine blood without having to pay. Because you remember when it first came out, when we first saw it, I think it was like a month or two ago. The only way to get this was to actually purchase it. It looks like they're going to start offering it now. So you definitely want to snatch it up. It's used to take your soul bones to SS, triple S, which you should already have them to SS Plus. But they got Spirit Source as well as Doomstones. So some really good stuff in here, and I'm going to be purchasing some more of that stuff as well. Probably going to purchase some of this too. Just waiting to get my actual diamonds back up. But you definitely want to take a look into that because it's very important. That you to take these to SS triple S, you need 90 of them. So if they're giving out 30 per event, it's going to take 3 Soul Bone events before you'll actually be able to get them. I would assume that we'll probably start seeing them that might be a little bit more prevalent maybe inside of, I assume we'll probably always see it inside of any type of Soul Bone event. What I would like to see it is actually occur like when they introduce the Soul Bone, that they'll have some of those, some of the divine blood inside of there, so that we can purchase it that way to get to 90 a little bit faster. Because this is a huge jump, okay? Because the Enlightenment, with Doomstones, we can get Doomstones regularly, so that's not something that's too big. So there are ways to get those, but there's really no way at all to get the divine blood. But now that we can, so we can start bringing these things up to triple S, which is what we want to look for. And I assume that's going to be a pretty large. I mean, just this is known as a 10%. That's a team attack, 40,000 as well. So that's pretty good in terms of what we're looking for. So definitely want to make sure that you do snatch it up. It's not at an unreasonable price. The price is very reasonable. As a matter of fact, all of the actual items inside of here are fairly reasonable. Okay, so yeah, it's unfortunately it's diamonds. Since it's not tied to a specific event. These right here, going to get some of the spider cores as well. So yeah, I'm going to be purchasing quite a bit of this stuff. So it's going to be up. It's not going to be up. It's going to be up for another day or two. So there's absolutely no rush. But I definitely went ahead and snatched up this, and I'm definitely going to get some of the actual spider cores as well. Anytime you can get a special material, we'll get some of the soul bones as well, because some of the wings, upper and lower wings, I'll probably purchase some of those as well too. Get some of the mats as well. I just had a huge soul bone clearing yesterday. That's why I'm up to 41, 118. Also continue bringing up Evil Eye. So I've got him. He's now the most powerful support that I have. Got him fully enhanced up to 5 Sun. Just working on his armor at this particular point. Okay, and then I'm going to move over a nicer Spirit Soul for him. But yeah, it's taking a little while. It's of course, as always, taking a while to actually get the, rings. That's the hardest thing to get. Been waiting for a +2. Haven't seen a +2 here recently. So I'm hoping that they'll pop one of those up here pretty soon. I'm also going to be awakening him. So I'll do a video when I do that. I'm not going to be doing it at this particular time, but I will be awakening him. I do have 320. That should be pretty close to being able to actually max him out. The hardest part would, of course, be these. You need one of these for the at the beginning. Then at 3, you need 2 more. Okay, and then at the final 5, you need 3. So you need 6. Okay, so if you go into the shop, and you see his weapon is right here. So as you can see, I'm just a tad short of having that. You're going to need 6 of them. So roughly, you're looking at about 37.5. So 37.5, 38, 30. Yeah, I'm going to need 39 is what I'm going to need to get 6 of them. So I'm still a little bit short of that. I can get a couple. So what I'll do is I'll just take him up. Maybe just do the first. Do the first one and do the third one. And then, of course, when I get enough of the actual tickets, I'll snatch up all 3. I should be able to get, I think I'll be able to get 2 of them, and I'll just need to work on getting the next one. But I think awakening him would be probably the best bet at this particular time because he's exceedingly tanky. I've went up against several teams that have had him, and they've done very well. So. He's definitely somebody that once you get his skills leveled up and whatnot, he can be very survivable. So if you're worried about, that's what the SS Plus version of him's problem was with survivability. He had none. So this one does not have that, mainly because his skill set takes that into account that he's going to be in melee range. So it gives him some skills and buffs up defense, buffed up hit points, and things like that, as well as focusing on the fact that you can get 1 shard of him, guaranteed shard of him each day just by doing the theater. Do 3 of these. Just watch 3 videos is all you have to do. You can get a voucher, and claim a voucher each day inside of the actual daily freebies. Right here is the voucher. This allows you to automatically get one of the tickets without having to watch the video. So in reality, you only have to watch 2 videos. And sometimes you can get a short one. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to wait about roughly 30 seconds. But for 1 minute, and you do get a free shard. I mean, I was able to actually advance him 1 level on the first of his divine skills. I advanced this one completely using the free shards. So it's going to be a while before we see chests with a lot of shards with him in there. We'll probably, one of the things I like about this is the fact that we're going to have that next event that's going to be coming up probably sometime the beginning of next week. Okay, today's Friday. It's probably going to pop Monday or Tuesday. It might pop tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there's going to be 20. I think there'll be some shards inside of that, hopefully, because we're going to see. It's going to be the Sharks event to get 20 for her. But hopefully there'll be some Soul Masters out. Hopefully there'll be some shards for him in there as well. There might not be. It might be the next event, the final event for her. But either way, there'll be some shards in there. So we can start focusing on his actual divine skill. And his divine skill, when a target at the center, the gathered divine power inflicts 6 shield ignoring attacks. Dealing elemental damage. Each 100 attack reduces the target's attack by 50%. Okay, so as you can see, shield ignoring attacks means any shield that they've got up is ignored. Okay, it's not quite as prevalent as armor ignoring attack, but shield ignoring attack still is because most of your tanks are going to have shield of some type. So that helps out as much, but also permanently gains elemental HP equivalent to 300% of max HP. So this is what makes the Triple S version of him so much better than the SS Plus version. His SS Plus version or SS version did not have the survivability built inside of his skill set. He was a free character is why they were giving him just a tantalized shoe. He's the character when you create an account. He's the character that you have a chance to get your hands on. So he's a free character. So he was not going to be all powerful, of course. but they really didn't do him justice at all. It seems like they copied the anime because if you watch the anime at the beginning, he was squishy. Whenever they started fighting tough opponents, he was always getting himself hurt, comparative to the other team members who generally fared a lot better than he did. Plus, it's got resist knockback, a partial introduction affects end blow and gains immunity, disables. Also, ultimate skills still affect duration is reduced by 40 and HP limit is increased by 35. Okay, so you're seeing survivability is built into everything with him, and I've seen it. I went up against teams that have him uh, almost fully maxed out, and it's been a lot more difficult to beat them. That he's always the last one to go down because I always watch the replays. I do auto, but then I watch the replay, um, and you can see that he's actually doing very well in terms of survivability. He outlasts most of the tanks. Okay, that we're putting up there, and it's because there's just so much survivability and so much just the shield, the hit points. It's built into the skill set. So they've made him, yeah, he's a lot tougher than he was before. So he's definitely a character that you might want to consider. Unlike his SS version, this version is actually quite good. I'm surprised they offered up. I'm surprised they offered him up as the first character, and I'm surprised that they've got him as an actual free way to get shards on a daily basis. I enjoy that immensely. So that's definitely something that you want to look at, and make sure to pop in the store. All right, so we're at 41, so we're at 4 trillion, 4.1 trillion, or at 4,118 million, whichever way you want to look at it. But we've got to make some adjustments to the team with the SSs coming out. The Shark she's going to be PvP. She's a PvP centric character. Her entire skill set uh, uh, focuses entirely on her attack, so she's going to do a ton of damage. Okay, but I think it's mostly single target for the most part, so it's not something that will be very useful inside of PvE. But you should be having any trouble with PvE whatsoever. Uh, I just went to 103 today, and I went. I think it was, I think it was this morning actually. I did not fight in any of the action. I skipped through all of them, so uh, there's nothing in here that makes these requiring any type of a team for PvP. So building a PvP centric team is something that you might want to consider doing. But again, unless you're going to be spending a lot of money, you're really not going to be able to compete with the upper echelons of the arena. They're still popping out a large amount. So 7, 8. So we got here. So we got your 10s, and you still got your 10s and your 12s right here at the top. Okay, so you see, yeah, it's going to be difficult. I'm at 4118, so I got to actually move up. I might be able to move up a little bit. Yeah, I could probably move up. I'll probably do tomorrow. I'll probably go ahead and do some term. Yeah, because I could probably scoot up and get close to 10 again. I was up at 21. I think I'm back to 38. I definitely got to focus on that. I got to reset up everything, reset up the actual defense lineup, and all that's got to be done because like I say, I'm at 41, 118 with my defense lineup. So yeah, I'm going to probably move, Die into the lineup. I don't see any reason why not. I mean, right now he's already packing at 288, and I don't have any good soul bones on him. I've got the really good soul bones on these two. So if I choose to move him in, which will probably be, unfortunately, either Ren or Clear Sky. I'll be able to get him up quite a bit, but that's not something I want to do because I still got to get his armor up I'm like +1, and it's going to take a while to get those soul rings up. Plus, I want to get a little bit of a divine skill on him before I start moving him in as well. So these two, this lineup is going to be continuing at least for the time being. But when I do make a decision to actually jump in there with him, I will. But once I get his awakening and whatnot done, he's going to be exceedingly powerful. So yeah, he's definitely going to be something. He's going to be a force to reckon with. So and then of course next, of course, we're going to have the shark. Like I say, PvP. And then after that, we're going to have another. If we pop up the list, we're going to have the healer. Which is going to be very interesting. That's one of the reasons I'm not really focusing on the shark at this point, is because I want to see what we're going to be getting from Bling Bling in terms of capability. So that's, I knew I was not going to be able to do all three of them. I knew I was going to have to pick two. I was very impressed with watching Dai actually perform, and in some of the matches that I've had against him in the various you see him all over. The characters are free to get, so anybody can get him. You just had to log on for the 3 times and you got him, and did the minimum requirements. So there's several people that have him, and the people who've actually invested in him, you can see that he's very, very efficient. He does a lot of damage, and excellent survivability. I decided that he would probably be something that was definitely worth considering. So I decided to go ahead and focus on him. I'm not going to focus on the arena in terms of trying to get. It's just not something that would be feasible from a free-to-play perspective. The arena and the top of the arena is for the whales, so not something that we're going to be able to focus on from that. But I would like to keep inside of the top 20, and as long as I can do that, I'll be happy. So bringing him up. So skip the shark. I will of course get her. I will summon her, but I won't invest in her. I'll be focusing, saving up the investment materials and whatnot I need for Ling Ling. Ling Ling will be an easy move in, simply because of the fact that you'll need one healer. So I've got a lot of healing equipment. I'll be able to get her up fast, okay, and bring her in. And if she's that good, I might take Wrong and relegate Wrong back to sport and move her into the place of Wrong. But I have to see what we're going to get. Wrong offers a lot of healing, but she also offers a lot of support, and she also offers a stat buff, which I don't, that's what I want to see what they're going to offer with the newer character. If they're going to offer something that does a stat buff as well, then it might be a good idea to go ahead and focus on her. I mean, she is triple S, so she's going to have a lot more base stats. We'll have to see. It's just have to wait and see. But right now we're still working on the shark, so we'll have to wait. So I'm hoping to see the next event for her sometime. Like I say, it might pop tomorrow, but probably won't be till Monday or Tuesday. But it's really weird not having a main title event on the screen. They usually always have something up. I mean, the Halloween event ended, and I hope everybody used all those resources. I did, and that's what I used them a lot for my soul bones. But yeah, there's really no focusing event in terms of that. Now, they did interrupt some new stuff. I don't know, what it's like. It's in the Soulbeat Forest. It's called the Giant Beast Trail. It's not really. I've finished through the first clear. It's going to reset. It'll reset here in 60 hours. But it really, it was very easy. You basically just click on the tiles to uncover them, and then and as you do it, you get rewards. And then when you get to the final, you can exchange them. There's stuff that you can get. None of this really looked interesting. That I was going to, jump right into it. I'll probably just store up a little bit more. You can get some diamonds and whatnot, depending on what you need. But this stuff is easy to get. There's events up for this stuff right now. But I do like the fact that they do have Spirit Source in here. It's nice that there's another, but it's only 5, so it's not something that we can get a lot of from that. But most of this is just resources that are easily obtainable elsewhere. But we're low level right now. So this is just the first level inside of the clear. So once we get more and more and more higher, Like I said, I didn't have any trouble beating any of the actual bosses that were in here. Wiped through them pretty quick. So, but as get to the next level and the next level and level it up a little bit farther, um, we'll go, uh, as the next trials go on. But yeah, so just play with it. It's nice. It's nice to get a little bit rewards. Little stuff here and there, but it was interesting. And it's called the Giant Beast Trail. It's inside the Soul Beast Forest uh, area. So click on that and you'll see it. You should get a prompt for it whenever you actually um, log on. It should walk you to where it's at. At least I did. Woo popped up and she was talking about what it was, and they took you right to it and got into it. And I went ahead and cleared it out. Like I say, it didn't take more than like 10, 15 minutes to do. It was like 3 or 4 levels, but there was no, you could just click. There was no requirements to click and uncover the fog, is what they call it, the fog of war, and expand through, and then just fight. I don't know if the next one's. It sounded like there was going to be some type of. You're only going to be able to do it like 20 times a day, but I did it quite a few more times than 20 actually, and it didn't stop it. I didn't see anywhere where there's a counter, so we'll have to see. I think maybe this was just the introductory version of it. It might change when they pop up the new one here in 60 hours. So we'll have to see what that is. But that's the only new uh, event in terms of gameplay mode that they introduced. There's nothing else that has come to mind. Just keep making sure that you do get your soul force and do make sure that you do the summons because, like I say, this is a really good way to get free BP. Oh, I got a red one this time. That's nice. A red shard. You don't get red shards very often, actually, but of course that's surprising. Uh, so, but yeah, just make sure that you do this on a daily basis. I'm getting 10, sometimes 20 pulls a day, but as I've said before, okay, there's another. See, this is a free. This is a passive. This just takes effect. I now have a plus 5% to my attack. I don't have to apply this to anything. It's just given to me for actually, um, completing a set. I did complete the actual things today, so level 103. So I do have enough to take up that a little bit. Yeah, so we just pump it through. See, up from 4118 to 4134. So very, very, very easy to get a lot of BP doing that. So make sure that you do summon. Like I say, join a sect, because if you do join the sect, and you just got to compete in the battle. Okay, just compete in the battles. All you have to do, and you'll be able to acquire all the shards that you need inside of the shop. Right here. Okay, you can get 6 right here. And you can use to get to 4 if you participate and get a pithy, at least a medium amount of damage on the actual boss. You'll be able to actually get, the shards that you need, and you'll be able to do the summons on a daily basis. So just make sure that you keep up on that. It's easy, and it's it's passive, so you don't have to focus on finding out which character to put them on and all that, chicanery that you have to do with your hidden weapons and your spirit souls. This is just a straight passive. Get a good set, and once you've got a really good set, I'm going to wait until I've got a set that's either all purple or all orange or all red. As long as I have a set that doesn't have any blue, and that's going to be a set that I'll focus on, and that's the set that I'll start using my soul crystals to actually level up and bring it up to 50. So I'm just waiting to actually get that set up, and once I have one that I like, that's the one I'll choose, because you go through your soul crystals very fast once you start getting up into the 20s and 30s, until you're starting to use 10 and 15,000 each time. So it's going to eat up your soul force crystals very fast. So just keep that in mind. But like I say, it's passive, so may as well use it. They're giving it to you. It's free. You don't got to do anything extra for it. Just make sure you're in a sect, and reap the BP. It'll help you get through your soul force, because that's what the Soul Force is at once you get up here. It's pretty much just basically increasing your BP, and that's how you do it. As you can see, I have now peak Dulu 2, so I'm going up, trying to get the peak Dulu 2. I'm going up, got through all of the, the title Dulus and whatnot, peak Dulu 1. So peak Dulu, it's nice. It gives you a little bit of a buff, but that's all it is basically just BP increments. Okay, you have to, they'll occasionally you need to get an extra, an extra immortal herb set up to 50 or something like that. But it's simple stuff that you can do, and stuff that should be expected. I expect they're going to pop up for an awakening here, a fully awakened 5. Right now it's fully awakened 4. My assumption is somewhere along through those Soul Force trials I'm going to hit 5, which is why I'm going to go ahead and do it on Evil Eye. I expect it's going to hit somewhere. They made me do 4, and they made me do 5 of the immortal herbs. I had to do a 5th character that had 100, all 3 immortal herbs at level 10, which is basically at 100. I had to do that a while back in the last one, so I assume they're going to hit me with a awaken, which is why I've been storing my awakening materials, because I'm pretty sure that the Soul Force trial was going to hit me with one sometime. It would not be surprised me if it happens inside of this particular one, so I'm going to go ahead and beat it to the punch. So that's why I'm holding on to them, since I'm probably going to need to do it. Okay, but again, that's all I got. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Of course, as always, once you've subscribed, you can click on the bell and you get notified each time I drop a video. We'll do another video here once we see what the new events are, and we'll talk about them. All right, so again, thanks a lot for watching. It's Kendra coming at you from the corner, signing out.